In my last video, I have explained you the chapter Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Today let us continue with the same chapter. He remembered that thousands of people had made many sacrifices and their suffering and courage could never be counted or repaid. He felt that he would not be able to thank those who had died during their struggles and had not seen the dawn of freedom. They would not be able to witness what fruit their sacrifices had brought. The people who suffered the policy of apartheid would take years to recover from the deep hurt. The period of struggle, however, did produce stalwarts of character like Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu, Chief Luthuli, Yusuf Dado, Bram Fisher, and Robert Sauki. Mr. Mandela said that his country was rich in minerals and gems that lay beneath its soil, but the greatest wealth were the people who were better than the diamonds. Nelson Mandela learned the meaning of courage from his comrades. The brave is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. So, courage is the victory over fear. He said that time and again he had seen men and women risk their lives for an idea. They had shown courage by overcoming their fears. No one was born hating people because of the color of their skin. People who learned to hate could also be taught to love. Even during the most terrible times in the prison, he had seen a glimmer of humanity in one of his guards, perhaps even for a second, and that helped him to keep going. Goodness was a flame that could be hidden, but it could not be extinguished. Then he says, in life, every man has twin obligations. Obligation means duty, obligation to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children, and he has an obligation to his people, community, his country. During the period of apartheid, a colored man from South Africa was punished and isolated for trying to live as a human being. Such a person was prevented from fulfilling his obligation as a son, brother, husband, and father. As he grew up, Mandela saw that not only he, but other persons like him were not free. So Mandela's understanding of freedom constantly changed with the age and experience. As a child, freedom meant to run in the fields, to swim in the stream, the roast maize under the stars, etc. As a student, he wanted freedom only for himself. It meant the transitory freedom of going and moving out freely. When he grew up, his own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of his people. Then he joined the African National Congress. His aim was to get freedom for his people and help them to live a dignified life. Mandela's hunger for freedom changed his life. The desire for the freedom of his people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect animated his life. It transformed him from a frightened young man into a bold one. It drove a law-abiding lawyer to become a criminal. It made him a rebel, a homeless monk, and a crusader for freedom. He believed that freedom was indivisible. Only when each one was free would he also enjoy true freedom. He also believed that the oppressor needed to be liberated, as he was a prisoner of hatred and had also been robbed of his humanity. I hope students you would have understood the chapter. Thank you.